Advisor. What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? It's Ronco Johnson keeping you company today. This is When the Lights Go Out. Are you ready? And we're here to talk about time. We're going to discuss time today. So we're going to give some people some opportunities to get inside the room. And so we can have that discussion about time. You know, one of the ways that we're going to discuss time today is how the wealthy view time over money. How the wealthy view time over money. And what I want you to get from today's episode is reflect on how you value your time. Let's think about how we spend our time chasing money and creating situations for ourselves that only give us less time. And I'm going to explain that here in a moment. But we're going to give some people time to get in the room today. Yes, it's Lifestyle Focus Friday. Happy Friday to everyone. If you haven't logged into the room, come on into the room and say hello. Or if you're stopping by, at least put a comment down at the bottom. Put a comment down at the bottom and let us know that you're there. And we are live today. Thank you for joining us again. I'm Ronco Johnson, your Lifestyle Focus Advisor. This is When the Lights Go Out. Are you ready? Today we're going to talk about time and the time value that wealthy people put on time versus cash. I think it's important that we have this conversation today because a lot of the times we have conversations with folks who are talking about, hey, Ronco, what is the best vehicle to put money in? Why am I putting money in the IRA, the Roth IRA, the 401k, or what kind of car should I buy? What kind of house should I buy? You know, I had a conversation over the last week that really made me start thinking how deep I want to share this information with you guys, because this is a mind shift. Lifestyle focused wealth, it is a mind shift. We're talking about the things that help us have a better lifestyle. And part of the things that give us a better lifestyle is when we're focused in on exactly what is it that we're chasing. What is it that we're chasing? I think at the end of the day, I've had an opportunity, just to tell you a little bit about myself. I've had an opportunity to be around some incredible people, meet some incredible people along the way, and think about all the places that we've gone, all the things that we have purchased, all the friends that you've accumulated. But we're always talking about building our wealth. Building our wealth. But as an advisor for 25 years, an insurance expert that can help. So I just want to make sure I say that first. One of the very first things that we tackle when we go through our one-on-ones and our individual coaching is we look at your budget. We look at how much you're spending. What is your spend rate? When you bring home your income, the question is, how much are you spending in a month? If you're bringing in $5,000 a month and you spend $6,000 a month, you're probably spending all your cash plus a credit card. What is your burn rate? So today's conversation is if we could change the way we see our cash flow, would we see it in a way that we could slow down our burn rate and focus on gathering as much cash as possible for the purpose of having more time on our hands to do exactly what it is that we really want to do with our life? I know that was a mouthful. I know that was a mouthful for some of you guys. And we're going in a different direction today. This conversation is to make you think. You know, how much money would you be willing to spend to have the time to do exactly what you want for as long as you want to do it? Think about that for a second. How much money would you be willing to spend for the purpose of having more time to do whatever you want for as long as you want? You know, that's a serious question, because if you think you have unlimited time, you're probably not thinking about how fast you're spending the money. But if I'm spending more and more money, I got to go back to work, which gives me less time, which is the crazy thing. But if I have money working for me, the need to go back to work is less and less and less, giving me more time to spend with my loved ones, on my career, on things that matter, right? That's what the difference is. So here at Lifestyle Focused Wealth, that's really what we're trying to plan for, right? If you're online and you're catching us just now, drop something down in the comments. Let me know that you're there. Tell me where you're from, what you're paying attention to. I know I got viewers out there that I don't get to see. So hello to you. Hello to everyone. Good to see you. But if I'm making sense, drop down in the comments and put this down. And before we really just dig into the conversation, I know some of you are going to catch us on social media, on Facebook. You probably catch us on YouTube. One of those ways. First of all, let me start by saying I appreciate your warmth, your love, your comments, your subscriptions, all this stuff. So be sure you subscribe, like, share, and come back and look. I hope you decide to join our Lifestyle Focused Wealth team. We want you as part of our community. That's lifestylefocusedwealth.com. It's $20 a month, but if you pay your annual subscription, it's $16 a month. And you have access to a community of people who've already decided that maximizing their time, accumulating money, using cash value insurance and using the leverage of what insurance allows us to do. The living benefits is what we're focused on here. And today we're going to talk about how life insurance provides you more time. You know, back in 2012, I had a life-altering moment. You know, when you have a near-death experience, you start to see and value your time on this planet differently. That's partly why I'm on this broadcast. That's partly why I'm here, is to give you the information that most people don't have access to, but also to document the information that I give out. That way somebody, somewhere, will be able to use it. And this community, it means so much to me that we have to do what we can to minimize the financial gap in brown and black communities But it's just not for that community alone. It's for all of us. So much information has been hidden over the years that we just want to make sure that we level up the information, right? The information that we're getting sometimes is backwards. You know, work hard, or you can work smart. There are people who don't even have to get out of their bed and they're making more than you make after a 13-hour day at work. For the person that's working 13 hours in a mill, they can't see a person making 10 to 20 times more than them. You know why? Because they don't have the time. They don't have the time. And that's the thing. If you don't have the time, it's hard to pay attention to all the things around you. Right? Hi, Donna. I see you guys out there. I see you coming in the room. We're leaving time for you guys.
Hello.
Everybody says hello back. Hi. Good to have you. Thank you for joining us. But today we're talking about time. If you had time on your hands, just imagine what we can do. So today we're going to reflect on that today. So we're going to reflect on it because most people have been joining us, Lifestyle Focused Wealth. We have talked about cash value. We've talked about how to leverage up and use your money. We've talked about wills and trust and how protecting your assets, own nothing and controlling everything. But today we're going to talk about the one thing that we need to control the most is our time. I find it unique that we say we may meet people out in the world and you say stuff like, have you ever heard this comment? You're wasting my time. Or I sat down and invested my time with you and you wasted my time. Really, let's think about that for a second. Was that time that you really wanted to spend? What were you looking for in that time? See, if I were to change the word from time to money, you spent my money. You wasted my money. A lot of us are out here wasting money. And the truth is, we really should change this whole scope of financial literacy to time management. We should call it time literacy. Because the more money we have, the more time we have. The more money we have, the more time we have to make choices, to spend with family, to have vacations, to create experiences. If you agree with me, put something in the comment down there. If that makes you think, if that's a deeper thought, put something in the comments, send it to us. But listen, we need your help. Thank you guys for joining us on this cast, and all of those of you out there in the YouTube world, thank you for driving us. And we're going to be doing better and better and better with the content. We're coming forward. I am excited, all together excited about where we're heading. We're at over 80 members in our silent launch. Thank you guys for joining. If you are not a member of the Lifestyle Focused community, I know you may be part of a group, but if you're not part of the community, go ahead and make your contributions today. It's $20 a month, or if you get our annual subscription, it's $16 a month, and you get access to all the things that we're doing. Conversations, back office conversations, phone calls, meet other people, collab with other folks that are doing the same thing. We're taking advantage of what millionaires and billionaires have been doing for a lifetime. Controlling their own banking system means giving you more time. At the end of the day, this is all this conversation's about. You know, one of the heartaches that I've experienced is this past week I learned that a colleague passed away, and that I didn't know that this terrible, terrible thing had happened to him and his family. God bless him and his family. That he had an unexpected, tragic end, is that I wanted to make sure that I don't lose focus today and thinking about, man, this man had children, he had a family, had a wife, and one minute he's talking to his wife and the next minute he's not. For those of you listening to this broadcast, how much would you pay to have more time with the person that you love? How many of you have lost someone that you would pay an ungodly amount to have more time with a deceased family member, friend, associate? That's so valuable. That's so valuable. And when we're talking about value, how do the wealthy value cash? Well, it's important. You can buy things, but when you have a near-death experience, you can't take it with you. But we also know that in my planning as an insurance professional over 25 years, I realize there's one thing. That I want my daughter to have as much time to do the things that I didn't have the time to do. That doesn't mean she's going to go out and throw the money up in the air and just give it away. That's ridiculous. That would not be wise money management. However, when you have the right time and the right resources to take a trip, to go on a tour, to create businesses, to have mentors, joining a group such as Lifestyle Focused Wealth, be part of masterminds, be aware of coaching opportunities. You know, we talked about coaching. I had a person say, well, Mr. Johnson, I can't afford coaching. And I said, well, you can. The crazy thing about coaching is this. If you're learning how to be a business right now, you're going to learn one way or another. Whether it's consciously or unconsciously, you're going to learn. And you're going to spend some time. I've already spent 25 years in this game for you, and I can tell you one of the benefits of talking to someone like myself or other members of our Lifestyle Focus group is that they've already had the experience. So that gives you a shortcut to success. And that's probably the best thing about mentorship when you're not the smartest person in the room. What are you paying for? You're paying for time saved. You know, I know that there's times where I've spent a lot of money in the attempt to learn what I educate on. And many of the things that I educate on today, I didn't learn in a classroom. I didn't learn it in college. I didn't get a degree and learn it that way. However, I did pay for it. I can tell you what it's like to lose money. I can tell you what it's like to have to pay taxes. I can tell you what it's like to start a business and not know nothing about business. I can tell you what it's like to have cash value insurance. I can tell you what it's like to take a policy loan and leverage it. I can tell you what it's like to have things in your business names. I can tell you what it's like to take quality vacations and trips. But those came from the heartaches of some life experiences. Hey, if we even want to get into the relationship side of things, I could tell you the heartaches where you've spent so much time trying to be successful that you could have probably been a better husband, a better father, a better friend, a better mentor. You could have been a lot of different things had you had more time that you were focused on that and that alone. It's amazing to me how we marvel the people that we see on television, and we talk about who's wealthy and who's got this and who's got that. The difference between them and you is they have time to dream. They have time to chase their dreams, and they can chase them as far as they want. You are exactly what you think about. You can manifest exactly what you think about. If today I want to be an advisor and want to be a member of the Lifestyle Focus team, all I got to do is put one step in front of the other, one foot in front of the other, and I can start moving in the direction that I'm thinking about. So my challenge to you today is to let's start talking about saving time. I'm really talking about saving money, or am I really talking about saving time? So we're going to focus on saving time today. So please don't get lost in the conversation today, because we all know that we need cash as a resource. And you've heard me say many of times, let's focus on gathering cash. Okay? Let's focus on gathering as much cash, whether that be from your real estate sales, from your income, from your investment properties, from your pensions, from your seed capital, from all these different sources. Our focus should be to gather cash. One of the conversations with one of our group members this past week, we were talking about at this time, $1 billion is the lottery amount right now. And we were having a discussion and said, you know, if you were to win the lottery at $1 billion, what would you do? And what was funny was the person said, man, I got to pay taxes on $1 billion, somewhere like $500 million. And my response was, but my man, you got $500 million left. What would you do with $500 million? Even with $500 million, the first thing the person said was, I'm going to take my money, I'm going to give it to this person, I'm going to pay off my car, pay off my house, buy me some more land. That's not probably the answer. You start to ask yourself, what would the wealthy do? Whether it's $100,000, $10,000, $1 billion, let's take a play out of the wealthy playbook. The goal at that point is not to burn through the capital. The point is to accelerate the capital by putting it away, leveraging it, letting that money work for you, right? Earning enough interest that you can live off of. On a $500 million, that's a lot of money. But even on a small scale, just getting the simple dividend, just getting simple interest, and putting that into another opportunity, loaning money out like a bank does. You can loan money out to people in need. You can loan people money at a lower interest rate than what the banks are doing. The bank is just taking your money, putting it in deposits, and then loaning it out. Why wouldn't you do the same thing? You could do the same thing. Create passive income, have, an extra 6%, 5% interest rate, up to 20% interest coming in on your money without even using your capital. Oh, wow. There's so many things you can do. But my question would be, what would you be doing with your time? Would you be sailing? Would you be backpacking? Would you be spending time with friends? Would you travel the world? Would you mentor? Would you be a philanthropist? How would you build your life of significance at that time? I don't know. Put something down here in the comments. Put something down here in the comments. I can't see you down here in the comments. If I'm making sense to you, I'm looking. Bear with me, y'all. I got so many screens up on in front of me. It's amazing. It is amazing. Okay. Okay. Hopefully we're making sense to y'all. Okay. So here's the question. Yes, yes, and yes. Okay, so here's the question. If I were to use my cash value insurance, for example, and we've talked about gathering cash, running it through our policy, that's a maximum funded type of insurance policy. That way I can have enough cash value that I could potentially take loans from my cash value for the purpose of going out and participating in other ventures that create more of an asset for us, such as buying real estate, maybe investing in stocks, bonds, mutual funds, crypto, whatever else you want to do. But what we've just done is safeguarded our money. Really and truly, you're saving yourself time. Regardless, that dividend is still going to happen if you're in a dividend participating type of product, right? That's money on top of money that normally you would have paid tax on. If I buy a business and the business is bringing me more capital that I can continue to put into my bank, that's adding additional money. But it's also giving me more time and more freedom. If I continue to do this over and over and over again, remember my question at the very beginning of today's video was, how much would you spend to have more time to do what it is that you really want to do? If you were in control of how much time you get to spend in your life, how much would you spend to do it? Well, today is Lifestyle Focus Friday. Some of you got paid today. My question is, how much of the money that you made today would you be willing to put away so you can have the freedom tomorrow? That makes you stop to think about some things. That makes you stop and think about the things that we burn through out there. So if you're getting ready to go turn up this weekend, Friday night, or you're getting ready to go sit out there at the bar and buy everybody rounds and rounds of drinks, I'm not telling you not to have fun. I'm just saying, have you leveraged those funds before you spent them? Because if you spend the funds, that means when Monday morning comes back around, you got to go back to work to replace those funds. That means that you're in the hamster wheel spending more time. In the meanwhile, there's somebody else out there, one of you young professionals out there, that's thinking exactly the way that I'm thinking. Why would I want to spend my time turning up on my cash when I could use that cash to buy a business, to start a corporation, to leave money to my loved ones first. If you haven't figured it out, the things that we are talking about are guaranteed to happen. Here's the end of the story, y'all. Everybody I'm going to meet is going to die. So it makes more sense for me to take care of the things that are guaranteed to happen. And then we focus on the whatever, howevers, maybes, and what ifs at a later date. Right? It's amazing that the people that have done the estate planning, you got your will in place, you have your trust in place, you have your life insurance adequately funding the families that you love. We know that the end date does come. I hope we all live a very long life. But there becomes a peace of mind on the other side of you doing your financial planning. That's one thing less that you have to think about. It frees your mind. For those of you who don't have your insurance in place, for those of you who don't have your wills and trust in place, and you're still saying, tomorrow I'll do it, tomorrow I'll do it, tomorrow I got time, I got time. You're wasting the most valuable asset you can ever have. It's time. Because once you decide to get those things done, it's never going to be cheaper than it is today. Every day you're going to age. Every day that you age, financial institutions take advantage of how old you are. Okay? We do. Your policy is going to cost you more. Your rates are going to be higher. Your health is going to be a little different. It's going to cost you more. Cost you more money. And if it's costing you more money, that's part of that burn rate that we're talking about. If it's costing you more money, it's really costing you more time. I know I may be confusing some of you today. But that's all right. You catch up. I'm talking slow so that everybody can catch up with us. But you know what? I know that it makes sense to some of y'all out there. If it does make sense to you, please put it in the comments. Please leave something in the comments so I can have something to talk about with everyone. Leave me something down in the comments and share with us what your thoughts are. Because we're all just everyday people. We're all everyday people. Even as I shoot this broadcast. I had one person call me up and leave me a message, and they were focused on some of the more negative things and worried about the background and the lighting. And okay, but the content can make you a lot of money. The content can make you a lot of money. That's what you're listening for. That's like finding a $500 bill in a parking lot and not picking it up. But if you pick that $500 bill up, it's probably not real. Let's say a $100 bill. If you find a $100 bill in the parking lot, you would pick it up, wouldn't you? You wouldn't be worried about the color of the pavement. It's still $100. The question is, what would you do with that $100? Would you go in the store, spend it, burn rate? Or would you take that $100 and maximize it in a way that can make you more money? Could you take that $100 and buy some more Facebook ads, some more social media ads to bring you more traffic? If you're a salesperson out there that's listening to our content today, hey, listen, is there a way to enhance your profile with that $100 that could bring you $1,000? And then once that $1,000 comes in, are there 10 people that you can share it with that will bring you $10,000. How do you scale your business? I get really excited when I really start thinking about the mindset. Today is a conversation of the mindset. The people that you hang around can influence you in many, many ways. If you have 4 broke friends, you're going to be the 5th one. If you have 4 wealthy friends, you're going to be the 5th one. So watch who you spend your time with. You're still spending something that's valuable. It's not always what you see, ladies and gentlemen. It's how you value time. It's amazing that we give people who have a lot of cash all the kudos in the world. Some of us even envy people who have a lot of cash, but they don't value the cash because they're giving it away. The burn rate is at an all-time high. And we may even call the person that has a more modest approach cheap. But that person has their will in place. That person has their trust fund in place. That person has over $1 million of net worth. That person has planned life after death. That person has given back to communities in such ways. That person has been an influence to many, many others in the community. When that person's gone, their presence will be felt because while they were living, they did not waste their time. Okay? Tell me how you're feeling. Leave me a comment. If you're watching us on the repost, this is Lifestyle Focused Wealth. When the lights go out, are you ready? I'm Ronco Johnson, your host today. And we're talking about how the wealthy value time over cash. The truth is, cash is just a means to have more time. So all of us as advisors out here, if you think you want to have more time on your hands, I'm going to invite you to click on the link below in the description. Schedule some time to do a one-on-one with us. Our team would love to help you design, engineer, and plan for you having more time. Go hit it today. www.lifestylefocusedwealth. Schedule your one-on-one and become a part of our membership. It won't be a waste of your time. Ladies and gentlemen, you know, I really, really get excited about these concepts. I can't wait to get you an opportunity to talk to you about your time management, not your money management, but your time management. Because if we manage our time more appropriately, your money will go right there, hand in hand. You know? It's kind of like being physically fit and financially unfit. Those two don't go together. I got to be financially fit, but I want to be physically fit. The likelihood of me being more physically fit means that I'm going to live longer. So I can enjoy my financial fitness longer. Time. We're still talking about time. So I know that's what our focus has been today. If this is something that has sparked an interest for you, and you're curious about how we can create more time, more balance for you, your family, let us know. Let us know. one of our comments. Thank you, Donna. She says she'll be sharing the money and to teaching children how to be more responsible with money, and that she would also like to travel. Well, that's because she's already taken advantage of her time. Most of those tools that we've talked about are already in place. Donna, thank you so much for making your comments. Always good to see you. You know, you've been a stellar member of our lifestyle focused community, and I love using you as an example. Thank you so much. But I know how much you value your grandkids and your family. And I only hope that the type of planning that we've done for you and others, that what I'm saying really speaks to your heart today, is that we're giving you more time to enjoy them, because they won't be little for much longer. You know, one of the most valuable things I can say with my time, one of the great things about being an entrepreneur, is when my daughter was growing up, I had the wonderful, wonderful privilege of having her as a baby in my hand and watching her in a playpen and taking her to little places wherever I went in my suit and tie as a young father, and having time to go to her dance recitals, her school meetings, her basketball, cheerleading practices, having the time. Didn't miss none of those. Don't miss them. You can't get them back. 18, 20 years goes by pretty quickly. Can't get them back. So I just want to make sure that you guys out there are spending more time taking an assessment of all the things that you value. That's important today. Your spouse, your friends, your family, your kids, the community that you're in, the things that you're passionate about. Start now. Stop wasting time. Gather more money. Put it away responsibly. Use your financial intelligence that we're talking about here at Lifestyle Focused Wealth to create more time, more experiences of a lifetime that you can share. And that's going to build a life of significance for you and all those around you and all those that you influence. And I hope that that's really what we're getting out there to you from this broadcast. So listen, we need your support. We need you in the room. We need you in the room. We need you to be a part of our community. And for those of you that have already taken advantage of it, thank you so much for being a part. LifestyleFocusedWealth.com. Join us today. You can catch a replay on YouTube. And you can go to RoncoJohnson.com and you can find all the information that you need to. So I look forward to talking to you. I look forward to helping you find ways to create more time for you and your family. That's what Lifestyle Focused Wealth is all about. And that's what Lifestyle Focused Planning is all about. Is helping you really drill down on the things that are most important to you. If you haven't had an opportunity to think about that, if this is all a brand new concept to you, you're having a lights out moment. I'm Ronco Johnson. I've been your host today. This is When the Lights Go Out, Are You Ready? Today is Lifestyle Focus Friday. Thank you for joining this episode of How the Wealthy Values Time Over Cash. And I look forward to seeing you next time, right here, next Friday, 1 p.m. at the top. I'll see you next time. So long for now. Bye-bye.